Okay, this is our last example, and we are going to be looking at finding the volume of solid bounded above by z equals 1 minus x squared minus y squared, and below by 1 minus y. So here, my height is determined by this guy and this guy, and my boundary is not clearly defined just from looking here. My boundary is defined by when those things are the same, when they're both true. So I don't have a region of integration, just looking at it right here. So my region of integration is when those things are equal. So region, I think I'm just going to set up this integral. I think this integral is another one of those like long trig substitution ones. And so I don't know if you have the patience to watch me do all that, but I will show you how to set it up. So the region is going to be when those things are equal. When 1 minus y equals 1 minus x squared minus y squared. So let's move everything over to the left side. X squared, subtracting the ones cancel out, plus y squared minus y equals 0. So how do we figure out this region? Well, one way might be to complete the square. So if I do x squared plus y squared minus y plus 1/4 equals 1/4, then I have x squared plus y minus a half squared equals 1/4. And so multiplying both sides by 4, I get, or maybe even dividing both sides by a fourth, which is 1/2 squared. I have x squared over 1/2 squared plus y minus a half squared over 1/2 squared equals 1, meaning my region is the circle centered at x is 0 and y is 1/2. So like 1, 1. So it's centered when x is 0 and y is 1/2, and it has radius 1/2. So this circle right there, that is where the boundary is. So, which is going to be the better way to do this? I might solve for x right here, solve for x there. So then x equals the positive or negative square root of, so moving the other one to the other side, y minus y squared. And then the y's, if you notice this, my drawing of a circle, y goes from 0 to 1. So 0 less equal to y less equal to 1. So that means my integral is from 0 to 1. My numbers are always on the outside. And then the negative square root of y minus y squared, positive square root of y minus y squared. And then my height. Let me change a different color for doing the height. The height is the 1 minus x squared minus y squared minus 1 minus y. Because most of the time I've been following the volume over the xy plane, but here I'm finding it over this plane, so subtracting that. And so that's then dx dy. Kind of ran out of space there. Okay, so then I would simplify. I could integrate with respect to x. Once I start substituting in those square roots, things will get messy. But that's how you would solve that problem right there. Okay, so that finishes up that example.